And now here he is in the Super Bowl. Interestingly enough, the Falcons are the team that he's going to try and beat. And interestingly enough, the quarterback of that team is the guy who was chosen after him in the draft with the very next pick. It's amazing how these things work out, that the 2 and 3 overall picks of that draft are going to be and normally it's just like, well, sometimes it's quarterback versus quarterback, and those two never get on the field at the same time. This is a situation where Chris Long, your son, is going to try and get Matt Ryan down, and that could be the key to winning and losing the Super Bowl for the teammates.
Well, I think when you're dealing with Atlanta, it's, you've got 10 fingers and there's 11 holes in the dike. They are, you look at them on film, and to use a NASCAR analogy, drivers are trying to dial in their car, and the driver from the Atlanta Falcons pulled into the pit and said, "Don't touch the car. The car is perfect." Coleman, Freeman, Sanu, Gabriel, Julio Jones. When you always want to put your number one most intimidating guy off the bus first. For the Atlanta Falcons, it's their wide receiver, Julio Jones, who's really, really a special player. Their 2 running backs are unique, both as runners and receivers. Coleman runs routes like a wide receiver because of his background. Freeman is dynamic in space, getting a check down route or on a swing pass or on a screen. Matt Ryan is special. Matt Ryan was special when he was at Boston College. You think back to then, Matt Ryan was a guy that, took the BC Eagles to a top 10 team and had no business doing it. Name the folks that Matt Ryan was playing with at Boston College.
I can't.
No, and he's a special guy. So when you're talking about dealing with the Atlanta Falcons, I'm not sure there's a comfort level, or you take away Matt Ryan, you take away Freeman, you take away Julio Jones. Sanu's had monster games. And I think because they're not a Julio-centric team now, they don't have to go to Julio every play. There are a lot of options, and Matt Ryan takes the ball where it needs to go.
Howie Long here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how does New England counter this? I mean, how do they slow down this offense just enough, and we're assuming Brady's going to get his points and come up with the W?
Well, I think in a perfect world, you play great red zone defense. Atlanta's going to move the football, I'm sure. And how much is the Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia kind of role in it? What's that worth?
Well, they have the number 1 scoring defense.
Yeah, is it worth 3 points? Is it worth 4 points? I think like all of New England's Super Bowls have been close games, and Tom Brady has led them down the field for what turned out to be the game-winning drive 4 times, and has been the Super Bowl MVP 3 times. In a perfect world, the best way to deal with Atlanta is maybe the way Philadelphia did, where you limit their touches. You limit the number of series and opportunities they have to put up points. You keep them on the sideline.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.